Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Wednesday the 13th of July. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, and as usual, we'll take a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. And between days 11 and 15, generally there has been no significant changes from the last couple of days, and temperatures are once again forecast to be generally trending slightly below climate averages, particularly across some central and eastern areas of Europe where temperatures may be at least 3 or 4 degrees below climate norms. Once again, no significant changes or divergences are evident with regards to the 6 to 10 day period. As you can see, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models continue to have temperatures generally near or if not trending slightly below climate averages by around 1 to 3 degrees. And finally, within the short term, again, no significant changes with a similar trend compared with previous days, and that is for most of Europe to have temperatures to either near or trending slightly below climate averages, particularly across some central and eastern areas. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail, and between days 11 and 15 as we move towards the weekend of the 23rd and 24th, for example, once again, as with previous days, the majority of the forecast models continue to signal temperatures at average at very best. However, given model agreement and consistency between the EC ensemble and the Metro model in particular, I expect temperatures to be generally 1 to 3 degrees below a climate mean of around 17 degrees Celsius. Between days 6 and 10, confidence levels are medium to high given good model agreement and consistency for numerous days now, for temperatures to be generally 2 to 4 degrees below climate averages. It is also worth highlighting that given unsettled conditions as well as the below average temperatures, quite a high misery factor is expected. The following weather chart for Sunday the 17th of July helps to illustrate why temperatures are likely to be so significantly below climate averages, particularly in and around days 6 and 10. An area of low pressure just to the north or northeast of the UK is forecast to produce a predominantly cool and unsettled west or northwesterly air mass across the majority of the United Kingdom, and as a result quite high and significant misery factors are also forecast across most areas. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high given good model agreement and consistency, for again temperatures to be generally trending 2 to 4 degrees below climate norms. Given good model agreement and consistency for numerous days now, I have quite high confidence to suggest that over the next 7 to 14 days, temperatures across the United Kingdom are likely to be generally trending below climate averages. We're now taking a look at the expected European temperatures in some closer detail, and again, compared with previous days and even into the latter half of last week, the 11 to 15 day time period is forecast to have temperatures generally near or trending below climate averages by around 1 to 3 degrees, as further particularly cool and predominantly unsettled conditions are forecast within this time period. The latest Austrian model comparison graph helps to illustrate this situation, and despite some model divergence with regards to just how below climate averages temperatures will be, the majority of the available forecast models signal temperatures to be at least 2 to 5 degrees below climate norms. Between days 6 and 10, as highlighted previously, there has generally been no significant changes or modifications compared with previous days. Again, as you can see within the latest West European map view, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models have temperatures signalling below climate average temperatures, particularly across some central and eastern areas of Europe, including France, Switzerland, Germany and Austria, for example, where temperatures are likely to be at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate norms. Looking at the latest France model comparison graph illustrating the 6 to 10 day period, you can see that within the highlighted red circle, all of the available forecast models have temperatures trending below a climate average of around 21 degrees Celsius. Some model divergence is evident, for example, given that some of the more recent GFS ensemble runs have temperatures at least 6 or 7 degrees below climate norms. I do believe this is an extreme situation, and temperatures are more likely to be generally between 2 and 4 degrees below climate norms. And finally, over the next 2 to 5 days within the short term, again there has been no significant changes or modifications within the available forecast models, and that is for temperatures across the majority of Europe to be either near or trending around 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages. Given good model agreement and consistency from previous days, I predict that the next 7 to 14 days across the majority of Europe are likely to be particularly cool, with temperatures generally trending slightly below climate norms. We're now taking a look at the expected precipitation totals across Scandinavia. But over the next 7 to 10 days, precipitation totals, particularly across parts of Norway, southern regions of Sweden, and also the majority of Finland, are forecast to be above or potentially well above climate averages, with perhaps in excess of 100 to 125 millimetres in some places. Central areas of Scandinavia, including the majority of Sweden, is forecast to have precipitation totals near its average. And within the longer term, as we move towards and beyond the 20th of July, with the exception of some far western and northwestern areas of Norway where precipitation totals may continue to trend slightly above climate averages, many areas are forecast to be generally drier, with precipitation totals generally near, if not trending slightly below, climate norms. And now taking a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations with normal. And starting with eastern areas of Asia, it is worth highlighting, and as I have done in previous days, that many central and also particularly northwestern areas of China is forecast to have some exceptionally warm conditions over the next 7 to 10 days in particular. Mean surface temperatures are at least 8 to 10 degrees above climate averages, with mean surface temperatures ranging between 30 and 35 degrees Celsius, as a significant spell of very hot weather develops, again within the next 7 to 10 days in particular. In complete contrast, some southeastern areas of Australia, but more particularly New Zealand, is forecast to have temperatures generally well below climate averages over the next 7 to 10 days in particular. New Zealand is expected to have mean surface temperatures through inland areas ranging between 0 and -5, and further significant wintry precipitation is expected, with some significant snowfalls in places. And finally, it is also worth to continue to highlight that forecast models maintain some particularly wet conditions across many southern areas of Brazil over the next 7 to 14 days. Precipitation totals in some areas may exceed 100 to 125 millimetres of rainfall, which is comfortably 300% of normal. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.